So this section is about rates and ratios. So I'm going to go over the vocab first, and then we're going to do examples. So can somebody tell me, so you're going to put this under vocab, what is a ratio? What is a ratio?
It's numbers. It's a fraction, right?
Yeah, it could be put it as a fraction, yes.
Two comparable numbers.
Yeah, okay. But there's a condition to this. So it is a comparison in quantities, okay? But you compare quantities with same units. The units have to be the same, okay? If you're going to compare dollars to dollars, right? Or miles per miles. The units have to be the same. So then Colton says A over B is a way to express ratio, right, as a fraction. Another way to do it would be to say A to B, right? You've seen that before. That's a ratio. Or another way would be A colon B would be a ratio. These are all ratios, okay? But we are going to use this one right here, A over B, okay? So ratio is a comparison between the quantities with same units. Can somebody tell me what is a rate?
The speed or something.
Yes, speed is an example of a rate, right? How fast you go. How much something costs per pound. That's a rate, right? Okay, so see how ratio is a comparison of quantities with same units? Rate is a comparison of quantities with different units. So this one would be comparison quantities with different units. So here's one, 200 miles for every 2 hours, right? That's a rate. Or I can say $100 for every 16 pounds, right? Do you put an S at the end of pounds? The symbol? Just LB, thank you.
Can be LB.
Okay. So this is a rate, okay? So if this is a rate, then what is a unit rate?
A more specific rate.
Say it again?
More specific.
Yeah, yeah. But what does it mean by unit rate though?
It's like how many there is. Like,
Okay. Give me an example. If this is a rate, 200 miles for over every 2 hours, what will be a unit rate? Yes.
Would it be like multiple hours? Like for 4 hours it'd be 400 miles?
No, that's still a rate. I want a unit rate. What does it mean by unit?
the little boxes.
What are the dimensions of that little box?
L.
What makes it a unit?
It's by itself.
Multiple.
Okay.
I don't know.
It is a rate with denominator, which is the bottom, right? Denominator of 1. That's what makes it a unit rate. So here's a unit rate. So if I want to convert 200 miles for every 2 hours to a unit rate, yeah, so 100 miles per hour is a unit rate. Okay, so every 100 miles per hour, so you travel 100 miles for every hour. That's a unit rate. So what would it be if I were to do $100 divided by 16 pounds? What would be the unit rate?
The first one, how did you make that one unit rate? The $100 per 50
Can be
Divide
divided.
100 by 60.
Yeah, you just divide these together because that's what we did here. 200 divided by 2 gave me 100 miles per hour, and this will be, so then this turns out to be $6.25 for every pound. Okay? That's a unit rate.
Good
Okay?
math.
No, I haven't. I used the calculator. Okay. All right. So does everybody understand what I mean by unit rate? Okay. You just divide by, and you want to make the denominator be 1. Okay. Now the last word will be proportion. What is a proportion?
How much there is, like your proportion.
An amount of something.
Right. If I use it in terms of everybody gets a portion of this proportion, right? But in a different, let's talk about it in the terms of ratios. Huh?
Like everything has like even.
Equal. So when ratios are equal, they're called proportions, right? Because remember, if I write it like this, so ratios are equal, okay? And when they're equal, we call them proportional, right? So proportion is when ratios are equal. So if I had 2/4, and that is equal to 1/2, these ratios are equal, right? So you would say these two are proportional. So when two ratios are equal, it's called proportion, okay? Remember doing cross product? You guys remember doing this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The way to check if ratios are proportional, you do the cross product, okay? Oop. And if the cross products are equal, that means you do 2 times 2 equals 4 times 1 when you do the cross product. If they're equal, then you know that the ratios are proportional. So 4 equals 4. So these two are proportional. Okay? When you do a cross product and they're equal. So cross product we're going to be using today. All right, well, maybe tomorrow. We split this up into 2 sections. Anyway, so cross product. Okay? And then when the cross product are equal, then you know these two are actually equal to each other. All right? Well, it is, right? 2/4 reduces to 1/2, so you know they're equal. Okay? So those are all the vocab that you get from this section. All right, let's go to the notes part, and we're going to do the examples. Okay? All right, so 3.4, rates and ratios. Or did I say that? Yeah. Yep, go to the notes. I'm going to give you examples here. All right. So if you notice, our goals for today is written up on our board. Can you guys read that? Chapter 3, Section 4. Can you read that
Yes.
up on our board? That's your goal. I try to post it, and I try to make my letters bigger so you guys could actually read it from the back. Yeah. So today's goal is to find rates, ratios, and solve proportions. Those are your goals today. So here's example number 1. Cost of juice is $1.56 for 48 ounces. I want you to find the unit cost. So what's it asking me to do? Find the unit cost. How do I find the unit cost?
Let's go back to our vocab and see what finding unit cost.
Unit cost means, go ahead, Walker. Yeah, $1.56 for 48 ounces. And to find the unit cost, you divide, right? And when you divide, that becomes 0.32, approximately 3 cents for every 1 ounce. That's a unit cost. Right? If it's $1.56 for 48 ounces, every ounce will cost about 3 cents. That's what it says. Okay? So this is your unit cost. Any questions so far? Okay. Example number 2. Does everybody know who Lance Armstrong is?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Who is it, Calvin?
He's
No.
the biker guy that.
Yeah, he's the biker guy, okay? So Lance Armstrong rode 3630 kilometer Tour de France. He rode it in 92.5 hours. Okay? I want you to find his average speed.
Did he actually ride for 92 hours?
Well, it's split into days. But complete all that, that's how long it took him.
So this guy took breaks.
They do so many, like I think it's like a 3-day tour or something like that. I can't remember.
You can't say like.
All right, how do I find his average speed? What do I do? There you go.
Unit rate, wait,
Divide,
What do I divide?
divide 3,630 into 92.5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this will give you his average speed. Okay, so he rode 39.24 kilometers per hour. Okay, you just divide. This is his average speed. Okay, so this is his unit rate.
Just asking for calculator, man.
You are gonna use calculators
Oh,
today.
thank God. He's obese.
All right, so now, if he rode 295 kilometers, how long did it take him? What would you do? If you know that this was his average speed, how long did it take him to ride 295 kilometers? You multiply? Okay, so let's see. All right, he rode 295 kilometers, and I was told that you need to multiply by his average speed.
Too farther.
Okay,
I don't get this. We got the answer, so what are we doing right now?
this is the second part. You're not writing.
That's like 29 miles if you rode.
So you're telling me if he rode this many kilometers at this rate, so can we look at the units first? What's kilometers times kilometers per hour? What do you get?
one,
What do you get? What's kilometers times kilometers?
mile,
Kilometers squared
Oh.
over hours. We're looking for how long? We're looking for hours. When I multiply those two, is it going to give me hours? No, it's not going to give you hours. So you know you can't multiply. So we're not multiplying. So then the other option would be what?
dividing.
Divide. So we're going to take 295 kilometers and we are going to divide by 39.24, right? 39.24. That is not 4 kilometers per hour. Now let's look at the units again. If I have kilometers divided by kilometers per hour, do you think am I going to end up with hours?
No.
Well, let's check. This is a keep, change, flip, right? This is a fraction. You keep this, change that into a multiplication, and if I flip this, hours over kilometers, what happens to my kilometers? They cancel out. So yes, you do divide, okay? And this is about 7.5 hours. So it took them 7.5 hours to ride 295 kilometers. Also remember this,
This must be all down.
7.5 hours, okay? Now, remember distance is equal to rate times time?
Lightly.
He's going faster than some cars.